I usually do Sam Scotch, and I usually use ginger beer and half a fresh of lime, and then I put some candied ginger in there, which is really yummy.
Oh, wow. Okay. You have it down
yeah,
to
it's pretty yummy, actually.
You have it down to a science. Oh my
I have
goodness.
girl. I was a mixologist in my previous life, I swear.
And that when you're drinking now, it sounds like you could have it for a meal for your dinner.
It's yummy. There's lots of fruit in it. I like the fruit. I'm a fruit kind of girl in my drinks.
What do you want?
Yeah, I like fruit in my drinks.
Before I knew I was allergic to orange juice, before it really, I figured out that's why I was having issues. I used to love a good screwdriver. Screwdriver was like my favorite.
I don't like orange juice. Yeah. If I do one of those, it's usually champagne and cranberry juice, which I love. That I like.
You can see my dog. He's taking a
with
nap
a few raspberries in it, which is good.
There's
see your what?
My dog's right here. I told him to be a good boy. And he lays in the tree, and he's being a good boy.
Your dog is. Well, cheers to whoever's listening, y'all. Cheers to this is Wednesday, right? Cheers to Wednesday.
Yes. My apologies. We do have folks who are waiting, so I really quick want to say my apologies. The program that I used to stream, not YouTube and not Google, but the program itself, decided I was a brand new user and all my settings had gone. It wasn't like, let's go check the sound and make sure it works. It was like, sound. You wanted sound? We have no sound here. What are you talking about? So I very quickly was getting things set up. So my apologies. Go ahead, ladies. We can babble for a little bit. I don't know. Go ahead. Please finish your discussion. I just wanted to let people know that because there were some people waiting.
Cheering to Wednesday. I made the appointment for me and my girlfriend to go ziplining today, so that's gonna be a blast.
Have you done that?
I have never done it. This will be the first time. So I am so excited. I can't tell you how excited I am, girlfriend. I just can't wait.
It's on my wall up here. I went ziplining one time in Vegas.
Did you? Was it fun?
And we found a place and we're gonna go. It's fun.
Oh, you should.
That.
I have a terrible fear. Okay. No, yes, you absolutely should. I'm afraid of heights, but I love roller coasters. I've bungeed and I love zip lining. It is so fun. But I went to Las Vegas one year, and it was right before when I had tried to lose a bunch of weight. I'd lost enough weight that I was like, that thing might hold me up now. So I was like, I'm going to do this. And I went to Old Hollywood, Fremont Street, and you zip down the entire street. It was fantastic. It was great.
Yeah, so me and my girlfriend are going to do it 2 days before I turn 60. I figured, I'm going to turn 60. So I'm going to do this like a couple days before I turn on my birthday, right? So that Saturday, because my birthday's on Monday on the June 9th. So that Saturday the 7th, we're going to go ziplining down 3 lines in Jordan, Minnesota.
Is it near where you live?
It's about an hour from where we live. Yeah, so it's out in a little rural area, and where they have a huge zip line park. That they go over the trees and some, streams and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, cool. I just had to find a friend of mine who was brave enough to do it with me because all my other friends are chickens. I'm just saying.
My husband was there, and he's like, "You have fun, sweetheart." I'm like, "I will."
There you go.
My daughter, my little 9-year-old daughter, she's like, "We're going to Vegas. Can I zip line?" I'm like, "You have to be at least 14. I'm almost positive." And she goes, 14. I said, "Hey,
that's a bummer.
You can't go very many places in Vegas, sweetie. I'm so sorry."
Vegas is really not a kid town now. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm excited.
Yeah, my friend has done it already. She went with her daughter.
Fun.
She said, so she can kind of, she talked me into it, and I said I wanted to go. And it's by the Delaware River. So
nice.
I hope we don't go over the river. I don't think we do, but it's somewhere around there.
Cool. Can't wait, girls. Yeah. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram, my personal Instagram page, because I rented a GoPro to put on top of my helmet, so we can watch the whole thing.
Oh my God.
I had to do it.
I've got one too. Don't feel bad. I've got one too for adventures. Awesome. It's all right.
Yeah, Jackie, if you can email me and let me see what it's like before I go. That GoPro.
Well, Diane.
You can email me that. I would love to see it. I'm not.
Well, if you want, I'll put it on the page.
I don't want to.
You
Yeah.
should put it on the page. I want to see yours,
I
Katie.
don't want to bungee. I'm afraid to do that. I can't do
Yeah,
that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I pull my neck or my back out or something. And I
Right.
don't want to fly. A lot of people want to jump from a plane. Would
No,
you?
I don't know if I want to do that
Yeah.
either. No,
Did you do
not
it,
so
That's
much.
the
Katie?
only.
Or you-
That's the only one I haven't done on my bucket list in any form is jump from a parachute from a plane.
Parachute.
So,
See, I don't know if
but
I'd
my
want to do
husband
that.
did say again, he's like, honey, you go for it, you do it. So if I ever am like, honey, guess what? They have a deal. I can jump out of this airplane with a parachute if you fund it. He'd probably be like, all right, sure.
Oh, no. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know if I
I
want
don't
to do
think
that,
I can
but
do
I
that.
have
With
parasailed,
the
which
zip
was awesome.
lining. Yeah.
So I figured
You'll have
parasailing
to
can't
tell
be
us
so much
how it
different.
was.
So,
I don't
Yeah.
want to do anything in a bathing suit where people can look up and see my rear end. I just don't really feel comfortable enough.
Oh
No.
no, I don't want to do anything in a bathing suit either.
hilarious.
That will not be my choice of attire. That's for sure.
That's funny.
Well, changing subjects, and I hate to interrupt it because we could probably do this for a while.
Yes.
I did want to
Oh,
give
yeah.
a moment to say hi to the ladies who have been waiting for us to show up.
Hi.
Stacy's
Hi.
a waving. Cynthia,
Hey.
Cynthia, I hope you're feeling better. I know you were feeling ill, so get better.
Oh, hope you feel
Uh,
better, honey. We miss
Stacy
you.
Chadwell, and that looks like everybody who was here kind of going, hey, where are you guys?
Yeah, I know.
They
Chatting.
may
We're
have
chatting,
some
sorry.
opinions. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if they have any opinions out of jumping out of airplanes or any of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
oh, did you
Yeah.
say how exciting? Katie, I'm muted again. Am I muted again?
I can hear you.
Am
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Am I muted? All right, well, let's see if they can tell me if I'm muted again because everything on here says there's sound. Okay. It says everything on here says I have sound, so let me look again. Ask them if I'm muted, if you wouldn't mind. Just ask them real quick to see.
Yep. We can hear you, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
can
Just
hear you
checking all
fine.
my
Yeah, you can
settings
hear you
and make-
fine.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
I said-
I was just
Oh, I'm okay
started
now.
watching the
Okay,
film
Cynthia says
that
I'm
we're
okay
actually going
now.
to talk about today. I just
Okay, yeah,
started
let's-
watching this film.
What did
You
you
just
say,
started
Jackie? You just watching what?
Yeah, I started watching this film that we're actually supposed to be talking about right now.
Yeah, I apologize. Let's pretend. I was all ready to start, and then I saw the notice that
what
there's no
show?
sound, and
What
that's my thing is no audio.
Yeah.
Okay, so very, very quickly, we are talking about a movie called Bloodshot. It stars Vin
Bloodshot.
Diesel, but of course our boy Sam
Yes,
Heughan,
Vin Diesel.
Sam Heughan is in there. I'm gonna real quick do my version of a synopsis. Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
So we've got
Please.
a action adventure film with kind of a covert team that does things with one main character, and he's doing his thing, doing his job, getting the bad guy. Comes home, he's got a loving wife. We see him there, and then suddenly his life is twisted and turned when he and his wife are kidnapped and questioned, and she is killed and he is killed, and then sci-fi hijinks ensues after he's brought back to life. That is
There you
my
go.
version of a synopsis because that's what we're meant to think it's all about.
Pretty much. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what out.
Well, Katie, that was short and sweet.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was short and
My
sweet.
my dad, who was a speech coach, and my mother, who was an English teacher, will be very proud. Okay.
I just think it's funny from the very beginning right here. I mean, I'm an action flick girl. I love an action flick. I am
Mhm.
all into action flicks every day,
Same
every
here.
day. I'm all into it. Love it.
All right.
So what I do, I love action flicks. So when this dude comes in after they get kidnapped, and he comes in a parka and socks with sandals, dancing to that dumb song, I just started rolling. I'm like, oh, what is
I was
with people?
flashbacking to Charlie's Angels. I don't know if either one of you ever saw Charlie's Angels. There's a dude who's da-da-dun, and he was doing a dance to da-da-da-dun. And I was like, oh my God, did they steal this from another movie? Ha ha ha. I
Probably.
call that
Yeah.
good.
I just think it's hilarious. He's dancing in the freezer. I mean, he's in a freezer, right? That's why he's got the parka on, because he's got these him and his wife in a freezer. I'm like, what's with the socks and the whole and the sandal thing? I don't get it.
I was getting mad at this point because the first time I watched it, I was mad at this point. I was like, "Oh my gosh, we're only 15 minutes in, or it wasn't even that. It was like 10 minutes in, and I can predict everything that's happening. It's gonna be the most boring action adventure, predictable movie ever." And I'm sitting back going, "Oh my gosh, I wish it wasn't too early to drink," because I settled. So I was pleasantly surprised as
movie,
the story went on.
As it goes along.
Action adventure isn't like my first choice. I do enjoy it when it's well done.
I am an action. I could just give
Your
it to me any day, all day.
Oh,
And even and sci-fi action adventure is even better. I mean, that's my hype
Turn
right
my
there.
mind around. Now, I enjoy sci-fi.
Love the sci-fi hi-fi. Yeah, love it. Love it.
Right now I'm watching Andor. The Disney, it's on Disney. It's like a spin-off of Star Wars because I love Star Wars, anything Star Wars. And it's really, really good. And there's a lot of Star Wars references, like the stormtroopers, the TIE fighters. And I'm watching the first season and there's another season too. But talk about action adventure. It's just wonderful. There's always
I haven't
watched
had time
any
to
of
check
those.
that out, but I should. Yes.
Yeah,
and
I
you know
haven't
what
watched any
else?
of that.
And this movie, the CGI was amazing.
Yeah.
The computer graphics and it was just amazing. When they're fighting on that elevator, I'm going ahead of myself. There's like an elevator and they're fighting. Oh my God. What was going on?
I think that's what I really enjoyed about this movie is the whole action sequences of this stuff was incredible. I mean, it was really, Sam did this is his lane. The dude needs to stay in this lane right here. I'm just saying.
This is what,
this is just Jackie's idea. Dude needs to stay in this lane. Needs to do all these action things. Love it.
I'm not the only one who said that.
I think he did SAS, which I think was amazing, and this was even better. He just needs to be in that action lane because he is action flicks.
Yeah, I'd much rather him in those kind of movies instead of these rom-coms and everything. I watch all these movies like you say, and I think God, Sam would be so good in this role.
He's good in an action flick. He needs to just stay there.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome. His agent needs to steer him towards action flicks. I'm just saying, whoever that is needs to do it.
Yeah, even in these Marvel.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, like the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, all these movies coming out. He would be great in that. Absolutely. Yes.
Yep. Totally.
And I must say, in this movie too, he was a bit of a cad.
I loved it.
Oh, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, I loved it.
He's a bad guy. He just is.
He's
a
mean.
Bad guy.
Yeah, he's just mean.
He could be anything,
love it.
Right?
Totally.
I found this movie interesting once we got past that first mission, and that first load up, because I was drawn in the moment he did an internet search without a computer. I'm a big computer nerd. That is what my education is, and I was like, that's badass. I want to do that. I want these implants in me immediately. I don't want super strength or anything. I just want to be able to look up anything with a thought.
That's pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Gotta say, that was pretty cool. I mean, I just like that the whole premise of what was interesting about this is that he doesn't. First of all, he doesn't know he's dead. He doesn't know this is like a repeat, like Groundhog's Day. You know what I mean? This is a high-tech version of Groundhog's Day, man. This is it right here.
But they did tell him, right? They did tell him.
Well, no, now this is how it played out, Diane. When he gets to the end of his mission, the end of this mission to get this guy, they put him back to sleep, for lack of a better term. And as he's getting put down, Sam's character Roy, starts telling him the truth. Oh, you bastard, you believe this every time. You still think your wife is dead. And so Vin's character is just sitting there going, wait, what? No, wait, I forgot. No, Roy is his name. Yeah, Ray is his name. So anyway, Ray is sitting there going, wait, what? Taking this in. And then we, as the audience, get to see his mind wiped. And Eric, my man, is supposed to come up with a new script where he steals from yet another movie and tries to... And then just replacing the face.
The thing that he is trying to kill. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
And they keep reprogramming him to doing the same thing, only they replaced the person he's trying to kill.
Yeah,
Because they're
yeah,
wiping
yeah.
out. I don't know. Are they wiping out certain people for a purpose? I can't remember.
Okay, so the whole point is to motivate him by revenge. And the revenge
Right.
is whoever kills his wife. So
Right.
whoever the mark is,
Right.
they just say that that is the guy who killed his
Who
wife.
killed
He
your
doesn't
wife?
remember
Correct.
the time before because his
Nope.
mind has been completely
Being
wiped
wiped. Correct.
until later. That
Yeah,
happens
until
later.
later in the story. Correct. So it's like this is a high tech Groundhog's Day because he
Yeah,
keeps
it's
waking up to the same thing again, starts the same program again, goes through the door, kills the people. I mean, the whole thing is scripted again. How many times before he finally figures out what's going on? I thought that was amazing. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, this is awesome.
I
I
did like
love this
Sam's
movie.
character's way on. It's like bored with it. It's like, we're doing this again. Oh, I hate this part.
I know.
He's like complaining. Do we have to do this again?
Kind of whines about the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool the way they rejuvenated him every
Yeah.
time. That
Yeah,
was great. That was true sci-fi.
Total sci-fi. The nanites. I mean, what move showed that
Yeah.
we said it had nanites?
That was my favorite part because it wasn't just like Terminator mercury liquid or anything. It was
Right.
individual nanites, and you
Into
could
the
see them
nanites.
going through
Yes.
as
Mhm.
the blood was being absorbed back up into
Yeah.
his body through the
Yep.
dust.
Yep.
That was
That
cool.
was
the
so
way
Little
they did
cool.
nanites. That was pretty
Oh
cool.
my, that was
That was
awesome.
really
That was
cool
awesome.
the way
Awesome.
they did that.
I know, right?
But
And-
then
I love it.
our hero, the hero of the entire movie, in my opinion, Katie, she can't deal with this. It's like emotionally draining on her because she, like Sam's character, doesn't or knows everything that's going on. Their minds aren't being erased. The whole team
No.
is there working on it.
They're watching that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so,
One thing,
you know,
Katie, can I interrupt one thing? One thing that we forgot to really mention is that all these people have had something wrong with them and
Yes.
replaced with highly engineered, I don't know what you want to call it, kind of the
it's biotech.
Robot- biotech stuff. So
Yeah.
parts of their body have been replaced because something happened. Sam's character, I think, got blew up by a mine. That's why his legs were
He
gone
lost his
and got
legs.
these fantastic, cool legs. That chick, I don't remember exactly what happened to her. I don't remember
she
what
couldn't breathe or
what-
something. I don't remember
something
them
about her
saying
breathing.
specific.
Yeah.
Right, and so she's got a breathing apparatus that helps her breathe, or her
Right.
that are her lungs. So all these
Mhm.
people have this weird stuff about
Yeah.
them.
Right.
And that's kind of what brings them together as a team or as a group because they're the only people who have done that. And he was the only one that was brought back to life, though. That's the
what I
thing.
was
That's
just
what
gonna
makes
say.
him different.
Yeah.
They were all
Wherein they're like-
corrected. They were fixed, but he was brought back to life.
He was
his
brought
whole
back to
body.
life
Yeah.
because
So
he was
that was
dead.
a big deal.
Right.
That was
That's
a big
right.
deal. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That also is what allows him to rebuild his entire body, whatever gets hurt, as well as
Yep.
them wiping his memory because they're they're damaging his brain over and over again, and the nanites are
With the
rebuilding
nanites
it,
are fixing
basically,
it.
and
Yep.
Yeah.
programming it. So
Correct.
yeah,
Didn't they have
Like-
nanites like in Star Wars or Star Trek? What
They had,
episode
yeah,
did they give nanites?
Okay, no. It's the Borg. The Borg used nanites to spread the, I guess the shell structure of becoming a Borg. Because did you ever watch
Right.
First Contact?
Yes, I love it.
When
Mhm.
they
Oh,
shoot
yeah.
the nodules and you can see the skin
You-
kind of getting gray veins.
Go
That's-
gray.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's part of yeah. I
Borg.
was gonna say it's like they took Borg and split them into two. You get to have you get to have new body parts that are mechanical, and you get to
Right.
have nanites. Go team.
Nanites.
So
Go team.
together they're
Absolutely.
a Borg.
Yeah.
The Borg.
Yeah. I watched this movie a while ago. It was so hard to find and to get it.
Yeah.
How did you see it?
Rented it.
I
online.
rented it because I didn't want the abridged version. And
Oh.
if you go on FX, it's free, but they cut stuff out of it to fit
Yeah.
FX. So if you want the actual length and the actual story, you have to rent it.
I went through this streaming called Fubo, Fubo.
That Yep.
And I had to buy it. No, a free trial.
Ah,
So I did a free trial like for a week, and I was able to see it, and then I canceled it. I'm sure a lot
Okay.
of people do that. I'm not
Yeah.
the
Free
only
trials
one
are
who
a
does.
beautiful thing.
they're a beautiful thing. Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah, right now they just put the nanites in him. That's what I'm seeing right on screen right here.
Oh, so you're watching it?
Awesome. Yeah.
Because you rented it.
Yeah.
Online? You rented it online?
On my
Like
TV.
from Amazon?
Yeah.
From Amazon or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I getcha.
$3.99. Why not?
Yeah,
Get the
I
full
see.
version. Sure.
Rock on. Cool.
Yeah.
So where were we up to? We are up to he is being rebooted and dead, but isn't really
Yep.
dead. He's asleep, getting new memories.
Yep.
Katie is not pleased with the situation.
Nope.
And then the doctor is kind of like worried about Katie. I have to say, I give it to Katie for being the one, not just because she has an awesome nickname, but because she's the one who stands up to him for the first time, but also demonstrates to us just how under his thumb everybody there is who's got the replacement part. And I have a complaint. I have a big complaint about Sam. Why his kneecaps have to be gone. He's wearing shorts the whole time. Do we get to see a kneecap? No. I'm just wanted to put that out there and complain. Actually, while I am on Sam, what did you guys think of him with an American accent?
That was different.
Yeah, it
was different.
It's not the greatest American accent, but he did a good job. Yeah,
I'm glad you said it, Diane, because that's what I was thinking. He's trying really hard, but the cadence of his Scottish, it's there. It's undertone, but it's there.
Well, there he is. He's cunning. He's doing his thing. There he is.
In that movie where he played Paul Newman, he tried to speak American too. I think he was better in that than he is in this, But I think the more often you do it, the better you'll get at it,
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And he isn't asked to hide his accent very often. He really isn't. So it's not like he has tons of practice.
Right, not tons of, and he's doing all this stuff in the middle of Outlander, so he really doesn't get a whole lot of practice in it, like you said.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So he does a good job when you think about it.
Yeah.
And just like people were saying, in that couple next door, what was that accent?
That was an English Leeds kind of accent. That was way deep. Trying to do a English Leeds accent. That's a totally different accent.
Is that? Oh, it was an English accent.
Yeah, they have a lot of different accents in the UK. Totally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was filmed in Belgium, but it was
that's part of it.
UK.
Yeah.
Is that how it was? That's what,
yeah.
So that was some kind of English dialect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
Yes.
And we can't really complain about it because it's hard to do. That is really, so I give him kudos. I give him credit. I really do. Among the many other wonderful things that he does, I must say.
Yes, this is not a complaint. It is a criticism.
Katie, maybe you didn't see his kneecaps because maybe they were taken off too.
He doesn't have knees in this program.
This is my general complaint: is that if they were going to take something off, why not they could replace his arms too. I have no problem. Or, below the knee amputation. This is not. They took away my man's kneecaps. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's my. Anywho, so we get to the truth. The truth is he is a reprogrammable killer, and his motivation is always revenge, depending on the target. And now at first I'm like, oh, well, that's a cruel way to go try to kill the bad guys. You're basically, you've got this guy who's your mechanical slave and killer. That's awful. Mm-hmm. And then it's even worse. No, they aren't targeting bad guys. They're targeting other people who just happen to know about the tech. It's utterly selfish, which was, that just made me, I got mad then.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that why Katie wasn't going along with it too? If I'm not mistaken,
she was. Yeah, that's basically
kind of unethical. Yeah.
And then the list grows because the next target. This is where we introduce probably my second favorite character, Mr. Wiggins. He is
hilarious.
Tech nerds.
He's awesome. He's a great tech nerd, isn't he though?
Yes, I love a good tech nerd. I do. Yeah, I love a good tech nerd on the shows, and some people don't play it really well. He did it really well. He did it really well. Him.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he did a lot of them around though, tech nerds playing. I think there's a lot of actors who can do it pretty well.
Yeah, he did a good job of that.
He did do a good job.
Very good job.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Played it laid back, like I'm just so smart. Except for when he and Eric were both trying to battle for control.
That was good. Yeah.
That was good because then the goal becomes, well, all right, let's go back to when Ray finds out that it's all fake, because he does figure it out. He finds out little bits. He's told.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I want to spoil it that bad and tell you. I'm not going to tell you. So anyway, he finds out. And so his first thought is, again, revenge, but two, go find his wife.
Right.
And this part is kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah.
He's basically fighting to try and get revenge for the death of his wife over and over again.
Over and over.
And it is a woman he was involved with.
Right.
Not married to, apparently. She's now married, got her own family. He finds her, and that crashes his world. This was his whole motivation.
That was the whole purpose, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then he finds her and walks up to the door and starts talking to her. How long have I been gone? And starts having the whole conversation. And then a little girl walks up to her and walks up to her and calls her mom. And he's like, what? I mean, it was just, you're like, oh, poor baby. Because you felt for him.
Yeah. He couldn't even get in the door. He thought he was going to get this welcome, and he couldn't even get through the door. And then the little girl came and everything. Yeah. That has to be devastating. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
totally made for a man who is motivated by revenge, just at his core. This is really bad. Revenge.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And I must say, Vin Diesel, he plays it so well. He really does.
He's awesome in this. He's amazing in this flick.
Yes.
Yeah. I like Vin Diesel though. I'm a Vin Diesel girl. I mean, he does the action flicks fabulous.
Yeah. He does the good action ones too. I liked the first 5 or 6. Oh my gosh, I want to say Need for Speed, but that's a video game. Fast and the Furious.
Fast and the Furious. Yeah.
Yeah. They're fun. It has great delivery. I enjoyed Riddick.
Do you remember? I remember the first thing I ever saw him in. I don't know if it was his first movie, but these people landed on a planet and they all could see, but there was a monster and he was blind. And he was blind, but he was the only one who could see this monster. And the monster is picking everybody off because they couldn't see him, but Vin Diesel could see him. Do you remember that?
No.
Was that one Riddick? Was that one Riddick? It's been a long time since I've seen a lot of these, and they were during my first marriage, so I've kind of blocked those memories.
He and another person, and I think, make it off this planet. But this monster is horrible, and it's really scary. But what did take on it because he was blind, and he could see it. If you ever get a chance to watch it, he was great in that.
That was the first. I don't know.
I
don't think I've ever seen Riddick.
Yeah, I think, is that what it was called? I'm not sure.
I love Fast and the Furious, though. He's good.
I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look real quick. Left for Dead on a sun-scorched planet. Riddick finds himself up against an alien race of predators, activating an emergency. I mean, it doesn't say he's blind, but he's got these dark goggles over his face.
Yeah,
that's probably what it is then. Riddick. Okay, I'll have to watch that. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds like an action flick I'd love. I love those kind of action. I mean, Alien's my ultimate action flick. I love Alien. That's another show that just love it.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
Yeah, well,
they consider that sci-fi horror. I don't know if I consider Alien horror. Do you?
I think at the time it came out, it makes sense because they think good suspense movies are also horror. And Alien has an extreme amount of, oh my gosh, we're all going to die because this creature is coming to kill us. And that's kind of horror. I mean, that can describe Freddy Krueger.
But nowadays, I don't think they'd call that horror.
No. I think it's a sci-fi. It's sci-fi.
Yeah, that's sci-fi. But in the time, they considered that sci-fi horror. I'm like, wow.
You have to remember, too, how advanced the special effects were for Alien at the time.
It was amazing.
There was a lot more element of realism there, and that's probably what took it over to possible horror.
That is one of my favorite movies. I love it. I love Alien. Oh my God. I just like the strong women, in that whole thing. I think that's what I enjoyed about Alien. And she's the one that kicks the ass. It's awesome.
Well, how do Alien? I was going to do Belfast.
I don't mean
next,
to talk about Alien, but
we can do Belfast.
I didn't see that many sci-fi or horror movies at that time when that came out. That came out in the 80s, did it?
Yeah, that's old. Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to watch it when it came out.
Was it really? How were you not allowed to watch it when that came out?
Down the hallway.
In 1980, I was 5. Why do you think?
Oh, shut up. You baby.
Yeah.
Okay,
Stop bragging.
I know, right?
I'm a baby grandma.
I was
Yeah.
graduating high school in the 80s, so yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm supposed to say to that.
Yeah.
I
We're
have
envious. I'm
I have as much
envious, let me
control
tell
over
you.
my birth year as you have over yours. So,
I know, right?
okay.
If I had
Hey.
control, yeah. But yeah,
Every day I'm glad that I'm still here. I'm
absolutely.
just gonna
That's
say
kind of
that
what I'm
every
feeling
day.
about turning
Oh,
60. I should be happy that I'm actually here to turn 60. So I guess
Oh,
that
heck
has
yeah.
to be a good thing. Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're
Yeah.
here too, Jackie. I'm kind of partial to you myself.
Thank you. I love you
Probably,
too.
Katie, probably all the people that follow you, I'm probably the oldest.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
Oh,
know about that.
75.
I don't know
I'm
about
sorry, I'm
that.
going to be
75.
what? No,
I'm
you're not the
75.
oldest. You're not
I'm
the
not?
oldest.
Oh,
No.
cool.
Mm-mm.
That's cool. I'm glad.
I know at least two for sure that are older than you are.
Oh, okay.
Really? Oh, then
You need
I
to try
feel
harder.
thank
Get
you.
older.
You need to
Thank
try harder.
you.
You need to try harder to get older. That is hilarious.
Hey, that's my goal. Is it your goal to get older? My goal is to get older. I
That's
wanna
my
be, like,
goal to get
craggy.
older. Keep going, getting older. It's a
Well,
good
that's
thing.
it. You thank God you're still here. A lot of people I know,
Absolutely.
they're all
I
dropping
praise him
flies
every time I
already,
wake
you
up.
know? I'm
That's
glad
it.
I'm still here.
Right. This is where he's going through, where he's actually searching in his brain all by himself. I think that is the coolest. That's one of the coolest parts of this whole movie when he does that. You were talking about that, Katie. He's searching through his
Oh,
brain.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa,
and he,
it's
We're
so
slightly
cool.
ahead of that in our discussion.
That is so
when
cool.
I'm gonna
but
jump
that
back to the Wiggins and the last script again because they write the
Yep.
script and the new target is Mr. Wiggins, and that is before
Wiggins.
he wakes up and gets the reality of it, but is a
Yep.
good reason why he did. Again, I'm not gonna reveal the whole thing. At any rate,
Right. Yep.
Mr. Wiggins has magical coding power and
Coding power.
basically takes the control that the doctor who brought him back to life has had over him this whole time, and he is
Yep.
now free to go do
Yes.
his thing. I don't know, were they able to track him during this? I feel like they couldn't track him, but then they did find him.
Right. They
yeah.
did
Um,
find him somehow.
Yeah, they
And
found him
isn't the whole
eventually.
technology that this doctor's doing, he wrote? Wiggins wrote
yeah.
it, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wrote the coding for the whole thing.
Yeah.
So he
Along with the
reprogrammed it. He said I can do it in a day or an afternoon. It'll be a couple hours. He was
Right.
like, "Psst, I'll have it ready for you in a minute."
Exactly.
Sure.
Sure.
So I skipped over that, and I thought that was worth talking about because he made
Yeah.
it, and because he is like he was kind of being held hostage by one of the targets, and then became a target.
Yep.
Katie is supposed to go after him
Right.
after he has
Mhm.
changed everything. So Katie goes after him, and we're like, she found him, and then we don't
Yep.
see him again, and we see her walking back in to report. We figure for a minute there, Mr. Wiggins is no longer with us.
Right.
No, Mr. Wiggins is in the perfect position to take over everything.
Right.
After, again, not revealing how he wakes up, but after he is woken up, after our other hero, Ray, is woken up, that's when I think the real adventure begins. And the special effects, you were talking
Are
about the fight.
amazing.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So
when Eric
good.
looks down and Vin is looking up, you kind
Yep.
of
Yes.
know now it's on.
Now it's on.
Yeah.
So good.
That part
contraptions.
was amazing. Yeah, the CGI or whatever you want to call it, green screen. It was
It
absolutely
was so cool. That
really-
was just so cool. And so they
Yeah.
go out to chase him, right? They go
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
catch him,
Yeah.
and they
it just
send
kept
Sam's
going,
character.
going.
Yep.
It just
Yeah.
kept going and going and going. It must have lasted in the movie. It wouldn't, it didn't. I was wondering, they finally got to the bottom. I was wondering when we were going to get to the bottom. They finally did. And Sam, he just fell into oblivion, I guess,
I mean, that is so cool. The whole contraption he puts on his
That's
body
what I was gonna say.
Yes.
kind of
Sam,
goes
we
into
know
his
he's got the
skin,
Yeah, he has
legs.
the arms.
goes
Yes.
into his skin, and then the whole thing comes out. He's got the whole. I mean, that whole thing was amazing.
Yeah.
And I actually
I
don't
just
mind him
wrote-
in the dark hair. He's okay in the
I
dark
just
hair.
wrote Sam cheats, too many arms. That's all
Yeah.
I wrote.
He's okay with
Sam
any color
cheats, too
hair.
many arms.
Yep.
But we see that he
So
does.
cool.
It's not just the legs. He has like these
Just a minute.
connectors up his
Connectors
spine.
that goes
when
to
he
his spine. Yeah.
He like you can see in his face
He
like,
had-
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it hurt for a minute going into
Yeah.
his spine, right?
They
Yeah.
were like tentacles or something.
Yeah, it was
like
wild.
It was a
weird.
miniature version of Doc Ock. Doc Ock from Marvel Comics, Spidey's
Okay.
Oh, okay.
nemesis. That's what it looked like to me because it's too many arms. So
Yeah.
Sam is doing this, but the arm
Yeah.
behind him that's connected to his mechanical backpack is the one that punches him. I'm just
Right.
thinking
Yeah.
that would mess up your hand-eye coordination. But
Definitely.
There you go. Especially
And it-
going down an elevator, a glass one on top of it. Hello.
yeah.
And it really didn't help Sam that much either.
It was.
you
I mean, it was
No.
an amazing thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
know what
was
really
all
killed me
just-
about that? It's like he really didn't care too much about his friend. His friend's hanging off a pillar. How many stories up? 100 stories up. He's like, well, we said it was dangerous. See ya. I'm like, whoa.
I did
doesn't
tell you to
even
hang
care.
on.
Every man
Dude
for
flies
himself.
off. I'm like, wow.
Sure.
Wouldn't want to be your friend.
Heck yeah. No wonder. Never mind. I was going to say something, but never mind. Yeah, it's just really. At any rate, his
That was
arms
quite
caught
a
the
battle,
elevator.
quite a
They're
battle.
plummeting. It's a whole thing.
Yep.
But yeah, I do wonder too. Did they hit the bottom? So would you see the down part and that poor elevator? I'm glad I don't have to do elevator.
And then
repair there.
then you don't see Sam anymore, right? That's the end.
Well,
of
no,
it.
he-
killed-
Yeah, Sam's out of the picture now. We're very
Yeah.
sorry for the loss of Mini Doc Ock. And then
They don't really
Vin
tell you
Diesel-
what happens to him.
Yeah, he died.
I think they
guess.
figure that's a really long drop. He's probably
Yeah.
not going to be okay. Although
Disintegrate
large
or-
explosions usually kill people too, and that doesn't seem
Yeah.
to slow down Ray much.
Doesn't
so.
seem to slow down anybody. So I don't know. Did they really tell you that he's dead? This is actually based on a comic. This whole series
Yes.
right here.
Mhm.
Yes,
That's correct.
It is. You're right.
Yeah.
That's right. I read that called
Yeah.
Bloodshot. I guess.
Yeah, it's a
That's-
comic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
They'll make anything they can out of a comic.
They do.
Anything
They
can
seem to
make,
do
they're
that.
gonna
So,
find it and make
Sometimes
it.
they
could
do
be
it
a-
really well.
yeah. Sometimes they do it really well.
Yeah, and the casting was great. Vin Diesel
It was really good
was great
casting.
in that part. So now refresh my memory. What happens now? The whole place blows up.
Well, they
right?
get down to the street, and it's Vin against the doctor there at the end. And Vin
At the
Diesel's
end, yeah.
nanites are being overused.
Depleted.
Basically. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know if you know what overclocking is, but computer nerds, we like to overclock our computers all the time. It's super fun. Your status of all the equipment inside your computer says what your 100% use is. And we're like,
Right.
well, I bet we can squeeze 120 out of that if we're really careful.
Right.
So overclocking is a real thing in the
Right.
nerd world.
And that's what
So they
was
said-
happening to him. That's
Yeah.
what was happening to Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's why the percentage was going down. But there's always a margin for error there, which is why we nerds like to test that and see if we can blow up our computer for fun. I no longer do this. I have respect for my technology. In my 20s, this was a different story.
Yeah.
So I did like that the techno babble was fairly accurate as to what was happening. It made
Okay.
sense. They didn't make up
Oh.
some ridiculous baloney. That was fairly
okay.
accurate. I
Well,
appreciated
that's
that.
good to hear. That's
good.
good to hear.
You
Yeah.
know, it's the little picky things. Whenever they talk about your profession, if they tell you certain things and you're like, that's not how that works, you get
Right.
caught up on that and you can't enjoy it. So I appreciate
Right.
it when people take the time and use the proper jargon. Anyway, overclocking, it looked really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
For
Because he was
Vin.
shooting him with something that was doing that to him on the
Well,
street.
Well, it was because he was shooting him with actual explosives.
Right.
So his body had to do extra repairing. It wasn't just
Repairing.
bullet holes.
Which was depleting the little nanites.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
Every time it was happening. Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
It's using
Correct.
more and more energy every time.
He was
And
u-
so
Every time. And that was the purpose. Because the guy knew that the more I shoot him, the more he's got to keep doing that. That
Mhm.
the nanites are gonna
they're gonna give
you know
out.
run out of
That's the
energy
point.
or whatever you want to
They'll
call it.
deplete. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I
Yeah.
see.
And I guess I guess he won. The way he won was the other guy just didn't know he still had the bomb on him or that it was still active.
Right.
And he blew, and, Vin Diesel's character blows them both up at the end. And
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's, I guess he wins. His point was to get revenge. Killing the
Yeah.
bad guy, that's revenge. So,
Kill the
yay.
bad
And
guy.
is that when he kills Mr. Wiggins? Is that
Yeah.
Mr. Wiggins?
No,
is involved
Mr.
in
Wiggins
blow-up?
is fine. Mr. Wiggins is fine. It's
Yeah,
the
he's
doctor
fine.
who, yeah, he's all good. My tech nerd boy, he's fine. He's good.
You
If
don't
he's
want
fine.
anything to happen to him. That's it.
No,
You
no,
don't
no,
want
no, no.
anything-
He's my bloodshot boyfriend now. So anyway,
Yeah, he's cool.
You're
He's
I
very
love
cool.
a smart guy. I am married to a guy who gets paid to hack into things. There is a reason why I married the smart guy. I like the smart guys. Anywho,
Mhm.
but so we think that Ray has been destroyed. He's dead. There's no way he can survive. But we get a happy
Right.
surprise at the end, and
Right.
I
Wakes up.
I do like Mr. Wiggins' response to it was, "Whew, good. You remember? I thought you were gonna go after me." He's like worried
Again.
he's gonna kill.
Kill him. Right.
Which is a
He's
real
great.
concern.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, that's right.
But so in the end, we have Katie who has survived. We have
Yep.
Ray who has survived.
Yep.
Mr. Wiggins.
And Wiggins.
And
Yep.
and so we're all good. I'm good with the survivors. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
Eric needed to die. We could use smart men in the world, but I enjoyed the survivors of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and I have to say too, I was very, 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 very happy that at the end there wasn't some big and now Katie and Ray are together thing. I so hate it when they do that at the end of movies. And they're like,
Yes. Yeah.
well, that girl survived. They must be in love
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they didn't really do that. Yeah.
I'm very
And they-
happy when they don't do that.
And I think they do that because they leave it open. Because if it's a
To make
success,
another one.
they'll make another one.
They'll make
Exactly.
another
They don't
one.
have to
Yeah.
date to go have
Yeah.
another adventure. That's what
Right.
irritates
Yeah.
me.
Right.
girl
I
has
think
no
the three of them
value
will,
unless she's dating a dude.
hopefully they make another one because that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
There is. I saw a poster for a Bloodshot too. I was gonna look
Really?
into it. I don't know if
Really?
somebody. It might be just fan art, so I'll look
Okay.
into it and see what I can find.
Yeah.
So
I'd
on our
be
scales,
very
ladies. Okay.
But
Yeah.
probably
Okay. Cool.
Sam won't be in it. Sam wouldn't be in it because he's dead.
most likely.
Yeah, most likely
not.
he's probably not going to be. Yeah.
But I
The
think
do-
I'd still watch it. If it was Vin Diesel and everything, I would watch another one.
Oh,
Definitely.
totally.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
even if Sam wasn't in it.
Absolutely. I
Yes.
love Vin Diesel. He's awesome.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely. Uh-huh.
So we enjoyed
Love
this
it.
enough that we would continue if we need to. If
Yeah.
we want to. All right. Good.
Absolutely.
I'm glad. That's good.
Actually, I'm at the point. This is like way back in the middle of the film when they're going to get him, and so they're on a plane, and of course Sam's character is being an ass, and he blows the plane up.
Yeah,
He's like, "Yeah, clink."
Yeah.
The plane goes.
yeah.
I think he enjoyed playing the bad guy. I think he likes doing that. It's fun.
Well, yeah, and he was kind of like a cad to that girl too. He was never very nice to it. I think he was coming on to her, but in a really disgusting way.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We all have met that guy before. We've met.
Yeah,
that
and she's
guy
like,
before.
"Yeah, I don't think so."
But,
Oh, gross.
yeah, I just wrote gum. Ew.
Gum
because of-
under
yeah.
the I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
That
And then
is
he
so
spits it on the
nasty.
floor later, like in the building. He's like, ew, come
Gross.
on, man.
Yeah.
Gross, man.
That
It's just not right.
that was like in Elf when they said don't eat the gum, and when he's in New York City, he takes the gum and he's chewing the gum. They tell him not to do it, and he's doing it. I
That's just-
love it.
That
Oh,
is
I
just
can't.
nasty.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Well, this
So,
is where he's
um,
telling him what's going and there's the gum underneath the table. Right there, he just did it. He just did
Speak
the
of the
gum underneath the
devil.
table, and then he's talking to him as he's like, yeah, and he's telling him, and he's
oh,
putting him onto the table. I just love him in this show. I think he's great. I love me a
I
Sam.
cannot,
I love him.
no.
I love a bad Sam Heughan. I think he's great. I
Oh,
do.
me too.
He needs to
I
do
mean,
more bad guys. He's awesome.
Oh, I would love to see him play the villain all the time.
I
That
know,
would be
right? He's
a different
great.
role.
I need him.
I mean,
He needs
and
to do
now,
some
like
villains,
you guys
man.
are on social media. You haven't heard anything about him being in anything. Being in
Sam
another.
currently?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No,
I don't have
you don't
any
hear
official news. There's rumors always, but I don't like
Yes.
to deal in rumors. I have no
Yeah.
official news of what his next big
Yeah.
project, film,
'Cause I'll
theater,
tell you-
whatever is.
Yeah. Katrina, she's going to town. She's
Yeah.
like in 3 movies. You
Yep.
know, I'm not on social media, but it's out there, and
I know.
she's going to next be in The Cut, I think, with Orlando Bloom about boxing.
The Cut was just released.
That was done, but that was done
The
like
Cut,
2 years
will
ago.
be released. Yeah, that they did that forever. I was thinking The Amateur. The Amateur was just released. The Cut is next,
Right.
but they finished that ages ago, Diane.
They finished that 2
But
years
has
ago.
The Cut been released? It was?
Not
Oh,
here in
I
the
didn't
U.S.
know.
No,
So what are they waiting for with that? No one
I don't know.
knows.
Sunshine and Butterflies. I have no idea.
I think
Yeah,
it
it has
might
to
have
have a
been done in UK, but not here.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
okay. I
recall.
didn't know.
No.
It's
And
not
what
here.
was the last one that you just showed, Katie? It begins with an L or something. She's in another movie that she was hyping. It begins with an
No, it
L.
was just The
or-
Amateur was the one she was in, just the one that
No,
they
the
just released
Amateur,
last
The
month.
Cut, and because she had to go to she was in Kathmandu.
Oh yeah,
or
no.
Yeah.
I forget the
It
name,
hasn't
but
been-
yes, that's
Yes.
one she's going to be working on. That one
She's going to
is
be working
next.
on it. Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
about Everest. Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
they
about
haven't.
Everest
Yeah,
or something.
they have to.
Yeah.
She's starting to work on that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
these
so-
last 2 movies, she did those while they were still doing Outlander. They just have been
Oh.
sitting there.
Yeah.
Not The Amateur, right? The Amateur is new. She did that after
Yes,
Outlander.
it's newly released, but she
Newly
filmed
released,
that
but she
either
did that a
between
year ago?
7 and 8 or before 7. Yeah, because
Before 7, totally did.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
7.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They did
But,
all the stuff in between all their Outlander time off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Speaking
but now they're
of movies,
free. you
What
know?
did we think of this one as far as like 5
Good.
stars in case anybody believes us?
I loved it. I thought it was a great movie.
Me
I mean, I
too.
would give it 5 stars because it's an action flick with Vin Diesel. I mean, come on.
I know. And,
And
you know what?
Sprinkling on the top with Sam Heughan. Okay, we're good.
That's the thing is, if I say I'll watch a movie again, that's a 5.
I've watched this a couple times because I love
Yes.
it.
Yeah. I would
Oh,
I
watch it
guarantee
again.
I'll be watching this again because I don't think my husband has ever seen it, and we're
It's
both nerds,
fantastic.
and so he will
Oh, he'd
dig
probably
the.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
He would enjoy it, I'm sure.
Totally.
You know,
I also
I
liked
would.
the layered 3D graphics. They show how that's built. That's literally how you build a 3D CAD picture. You start with
Really?
like basically the skeleton, and then you
Yep.
give it the overlay, then the basic color, then you add.
Yep.
I mean, it's all that was very cool.
Yeah.
I appreciated the attention to
So,
detail.
in other words, the showrunners in this movie really knew their stuff.
Knew their tech.
Computer.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
guess
the
is
tech-
they probably had talks with their 3D and special effects guys and said,
Oh,
"All right,
sure.
do what you think this would look like," and gave them a little
Mhm.
control over the finished
Mhm.
product. If I had to guess, I don't know, but that would be my
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Totally.
So-
You know, when we're done, I'm going to start this over and watch it, right?
That's perfectly fine.
I
That's
think I'll.
I have.
Yeah, I think I'll get a free sample of Fubu for 7 days and watch it again. I'll get a free 7-day trial.
So what's the
I'm
next
gonna-
one we're going to do, Katie? Are we going to do
I'm-
Katrina stuff or are we going to do another Sam Heughan?
I'm definitely thinking Belfast is going to be next.
Okay.
I do want to come over to the comments real quick. They're having their own conversation, but I do want to say hi to everybody for a minute again. We had Kathy and some other people.
What are they saying?
They're saying we're weird. Oh, a sexy PI. Sam is a sexy PI. Oh, they're talking about different jobs or different characters that he could have. I don't disagree with a sexy PI. He would make a. Ooh, what if they redid Magnum but with him?
Yeah, I guess.
No.
Yeah,
Let's send him to Hawaii and let him have some fun.
yeah. I don't know.
That I
Sam
can't see
Hawaii,
it.
I don't.
I can't see it.
Okay.
I-
All right. I don't see Sam as a PI, says Kathy. All right, Stacy says.
Me neither.
Kat has only small parts. Oh, in those movies, in those particular movies. Well, because she only had so much time. She also has a family, kid, husband. So I mean, she has time that she's doing things. I have not read.
But she's-
okay. I don't know what Stacy's talking about. Hold on.
I
Sorry,
can't remember the movie she did. She did with Arnold Schwarzenegger and what's the Rocky guy. Why can't I never remember his name?
Sylvester
Stallone.
Stallone.
So there was one that she did with
Yes.
Sylvester Stallone and
And
Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I can't remember the name of
she
the
was
movie.
one of their daughters.
Well, she's Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter, and he goes to prison to break out or does something. I can't remember what it's called though. That was actually a good action flick too. That's another good action flick, and she's in it.
Okay, so
yeah, I remember her in that too. Yes, yes.
But I can't remember the name of the movie.
Yeah, Arnold
Stallone and
Yep.
Arnold. All right, I will look for that one.
And she was
yeah,
in the
I'm
movie with
Ford and Ferrari. She was in Ford and Ferrari.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Ferrari. Yep, she was in that one.
Somebody's wife in that too.
And
yes,
I'm trying to think if there was another one that she was in. I'm trying to, besides Belfast, she was in that one. Yes. I'm trying. There was one more that I'm trying to think of. I can't think of what the other one is.
That's what we'll do. We'll do this.
She was in the movie. She was in that movie about magic. The guys could do magic. Those guys all did good magic, real good magic stuff.
Yeah, I just lost sound.
Oh God, I wish I.
She was pretty good in Ford versus Ferrari. It was a good movie. I actually enjoyed that one, and that was with
Belfast.
Yeah,
Belfast. She was excellent.
Yeah, she was good in Belfast too. Yeah.
We're gonna, Katie. Can I just say one thing? Little Shirley is your mini me.
Yeah,
she looks exactly like you. If she wore purple hair, and she would be your little mini me twin. She's adorable.
Tell her that she's trying to get her hair
adorable.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to be snarky. I know. She knows it. We all know it. She's adorable.
And you know, you keep letting her do that. She's going to want to do it all the time beyond,
Well,
yeah.
Luckily, I'm a very strict mom when it comes to technology, believe it or not. So she's not getting away with too much, would she, whether she wants to or not. She asked me today if she could have a Snapchat, and I was like, no.
Nope.
And Katie, what movie did you say you're going to do next?
Yeah, Belfast? So here's my thought. We'll do Belfast, and we'll just do Katrina movies for a while. Now, here's my thought, is that after episode 16 of Outlander, I'm going to not have anything until after I get back from my trip, so second week of August. So what I'll do, I think, is I'm doing every other Wednesday right now. And then once we're done with Outlander, it'll be every Wednesday to kind of make up for those Mondays. So we'll start with Belfast. I'll look up some other movies. I'll take any recommendations for Katrina, and we will do a movie every Monday.
Yeah.
Maybe, every Wednesday and maybe every Monday.
You're finishing season 1 of Outlander.
We're going to finish season 1.
How many more episodes are on that?
3? Was it 3? Yeah, it's 3 episodes, 13? I think. Yeah.
Oh, you did 13. So 13, 14, 15. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we have 3 left.
Yeah.
We have The Search, and then we have Wentworth Prison, and then we have Ransom a Man's Soul. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Those are the last 3.
I wonder who's going to be on Wentworth.
I am.
Do you have a lot of people down for that yet?
Well,
I am.
I only have a minute or two to look, but I already have. Oh yeah, we only have a minute left.
I'm on Wentworth, and I'm on Ransom a Man's Soul.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. And
I
got Jan, Cynthia, Melissa next week. Cynthia, Jackie, Jan for episode 15, and Cynthia, Jackie, and Diane, you on episode 16, and that should be on the 16th.
Oh, perfect. Really? Oh, so I'm on the 16th? I didn't know that.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, we'll kidnap you.
That's great. That's great.
All right.
Awesome.
I don't want you guys to get cut off, so I do want to say thank you, Diane. Thank you, Jackie, for talking.
You're welcome. Thanks for having
Jackie,
us.
Thank you for suggesting it, because honestly, I would not have put this on the list if you weren't like, well, I like Bloodshot. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Well, Jackie said it, and I seconded it. Even though I haven't seen it yet, but
I'm glad you liked it. I thought it was an awesome flick.
Yes, thank you for.
Oh, and there it went. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. We do get it talking. It's a real problem. You know what I need to do? I need to save up, and when I get everything taken care of financially that I'm trying to take care of right now, maybe purchase Google so I can have extended chats. But that'll be the next project. I have too many projects right now. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I'm sorry I didn't get over to the comments that much. We were just sort of going and going and going. So thank you so much, Kathy, Cynthia, Lorraine Gavigan, thank you for joining us as well. I know some people had to leave, or at least one person had to leave, so I just want to say thank you to those of you who popped by, stopped by, said hi. Hi, Stacy. And of course, Kathy. Thanks everybody for your comments, for keeping the chat up. While we try to keep our chat up too. Have a really great rest of your evening. Give this chat a like if you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs down if you think we talk too much and you can't understand what this is all about. I completely understand. It's cool. And don't forget to comment below. Let us know how weird we are, because we appreciate knowing how weird we are. And let's see. I'm not even going to... If you know about my projects on the side, trying to get a vehicle, you know where to go to help. Check the description below. And let's see. Oh, Stacy says, good night, ladies. It's always a joy to engage in convo. Fun, that's always joy to Katie's Corner. Oh, thanks so much. We are seriously a fun group. We are. We are, you know, and I used to call us a community all the time, and I haven't said that so much lately, not for any particular reason, but I think probably because it's really obvious. This is a fantastic community, not just this channel, but Outlander fans in general. Ladies, thank you for supporting me. Gentlemen, thank you for coming and joining us as well. I hope everybody gets a kick out of these conversations. I am going to head out and go make sure my husband know that I still exist in this world and love him very much. If you are going to be out for a little while and still want a little more Outlander information, please do check out some of the videos below or on the playlist, and whatever you choose. Have a really great evening, and I'll